Hello friends, today we're going to do some engine maintenance. We're going to do a basic maintenance, because it's been on for very few hours. So we're going to change the oil, change the filters, and also the fuel filters. I'm going to try to clean the water circuit with a product they sold me here. And also change the water circuit impeller, the little impeller in the water circuit. And yes, that's basically what we are going to do. I'm not going to change the belt, because it already changed last year, and I'm not going to change the coolant, because it's clean and was also changed last year, and it's done. Well, look, we are in 1,215 hours. The last service was done in 1,096 hours. It's only done about 120 hours. I mean, it hasn't done much, because it's windy here, so we try to put the sails up right away. So we're going to do the routine service, and that's it. And this morning, when I arrived, I found another problem here. Another problem. We have rainwater coming in. Let's see if you can see it. I took the lights out of the roof here, and there's water coming in somewhere. We have a water inlet somewhere, and I have the spots here, so this is another problem, another thing we have to solve. But hey, that's what having a boat is, right? But right now I can't concentrate on that. I was ready to do the engine maintenance, and that's what I'm going to do. Then when my friend Ian comes, but when the two of us, one with the hose up, the other with the flylight here, we look to see where the problem is, because otherwise I'm going to go crazy here trying to plug holes. Anyway, what can we do? Let's do the engine maintenance. The first thing I'm going to do is to start it up so the oil can warm up, and that way it's easier to drain. I think the engine has warmed up enough. It's been there for half an hour, and I already disconnected it, so let's open it. Here's the engine, for those of you who haven't seen it yet. This is Marisa's engine. Let's pump the oil out. The oil is fine. It's correct. It's halfway full, but it needs to be changed because it's been there for a year. It needs to be pumped through here, so this can stay out. This engine has two oil caps. Let's remove both, so as to allow as much air in as possible, and we can remove the oil properly with the pump. Let's hope it works. Last year it worked pretty well. This is one of the cheapest pumps available. Let's see. No, if it leaks, that's bad. We have to find something to keep this from leaking. It's coming now. The oil is coming now. Well, I have to measure. I don't know how much oil I'm going to get out here. So I should be able to measure. Maybe with a bottle. Well, what I'm going to do is, here I have a half-liter bottle, so I'm going to count half liters, and that's how I think it will be the most efficient way. Well, not the most efficient way, but the only way I have here to measure the amount of oil that I am going to take out. See if I can't. Well, I've already taken out half a liter. See? And that half a liter, oops, we put it here. Little by little. I prefer to do it this way because I want to know exactly how much I'm going to take out, so you have to be patient. I could do it directly, but this is how I'm going to do it. Well, we got more or less. Let's see with the light. Let me see. Yes, we've got about 4 liters. 4 liters of oil. There's still some left. What's left is probably in the filter. And now when we took out the filter, we'll get it out. Unlike ours, here we can't get the oil out from below, so we'll have to pump. We'll have to pump because the engine is below the water level, so the only way will be to remove the engine or make a hole in the boat, but of course, since it's in the water, that's not very practical. So that's how it's done with marine engines. Now we're going to remove the oil filter, and that's where the rest will probably come out. Let's go for it. These are special nautical pads for collection of oil. Okay? You buy them imported. They don't sell them at the marina store. I actually made a mistake. I wanted to buy a bigger patch, but I made a mistake and now I have this. Well, it will work. There it comes out. I think I'm complicating my life here. Let's see if I can do it with my hand now. Yes, I can do it with my hand. That's where the oil comes out. Come on. Here. I try to save most of it. Okay, here's the oil filter. And the oil that's escaping through there. Well, let it fall because we want it to come out. This is a new filter, so we put a little bit of oil in the O-ring. So it seals well. We put it on manually. You shouldn't use any tools to tighten. Then it's done. Really tight. I take off my glove maybe. But by hand. Really tight, but by hand. No tools needed. So the oil filter is done. Now let's add the new oil. Let's use the one I have saved first. So here it is, about 2 liters. Let's add this 2 liters. And now the other one. Another 2 liters for now. Okay, 4 liters. This is what I took off. The rest was in the filter, I think. I more or less took out 4 liters, so I have to check. Have to start checking. Have to leave it for a while that it falls down. Okay, let's change the pre-filter. We changed it recently, we changed it recently when we did the diesel purification, polishing, but I want to see how it's doing, so we are going to change it, and for that we already closed the diesel line. Let's see if I put the camera here, see if you can see, more or less, and then I'll open it here. This should empty. There it goes. And this is already empty.
Ian, do you want to open there so we have more light?
Now we change the pre-filter, then we change the filter, and we'll have the fuel line done. The oil is done already, and now it's time for the fuel line. Come on. That's it.
You want a vanilla cola? No? Okay. Camera. Oh. Yeah, okay. Okay. Paper. There's always something there. And the special pads for oil and fuel, marine pads. Always, I never catch it. Okay, that's a new one.
Again, put a little bit of oil in the joints. In this case, a little fuel. It looks like we'll have to unscrew this one.
I think we have to unscrew it because it's so difficult. The position is so difficult to... It's not right.
Very much his eye is on the sparrow.
Okay, it's going now. So you shouldn't use, can I have the tool? You shouldn't use the tool for this, but because the position. So esto se hace sin herramienta para apretar, pero por la posición que lleva, prefiero darle un poco con la herramienta. Should be okay. Vamos. We'll test later if it's any leak. You have the glass part? No? And where is the here. Okay. The orange. Un buen apretón con la mano. Y esto que estoy encerrado. That should be okay. We'll check for leaks later. Lift this here for a moment. And then we need to change the filter. That was the pre-filter. Next is the filter. Loose.
What's that you're using, Shelby?
It's a special patch for marine environment.
Is it for female engines?
Right. The other filter is there in the table. If you can pass it to me. Yeah. Should be Yanmar original. Again, a little bit of un poquito de diésel para sellar. Y otra vez esto se aprieta con la mano. Okay, that's it.
Okay, we remove this screw here to blend the diesel. And now we have to turn on the pump here. we are removing the water inlet filter. We just loosen it. And yes, it needed it, right? I think we need to check it more often. There are people living here.
There are a family here living.
Okay. Okay, that's good. The next thing to change is the water pump impeller. This engine has everything accessible except this. This is here, and this is in the bathroom. And now Ian is going to show you.
Como estoy, Ian is going to show how I am. My position in the toilet. So yeah, aquí es donde.
You see okay?
Yeah. Vale, ya hemos quitado. Hoy se queja el viejales. The old man is complaining.
Okay, we already removed the cap, and we can see now the impeller. It took us quite a while to remove the screws, so we'll grease them well before putting them back in, because this is getting harder and harder every time. And now we need to remove this, which will surely is a piece of cake, as always. I'll go for the necessary tool now. Okay, what we are doing in here is my friend Ian is turning the engine, and I am using these pliers to slowly remove the plates, from the Seawater Pump impeller.
Y así es como vamos poco a poco va saliendo poco a poco, pero muy poco a poco.
That's a lot of poco pocos.
Okay, we've got it. It took a while, but it's here. Let's put the new one. Okay, the trick is to put a cable tie on. It's far enough. It's here. Okay, we put a cable tie around the blades, and that way we can put it more easily. And now it's just a matter of putting it on and sliding the cable tie outwards, okay? Okay. Let's put it on slowly. I have to remove the camera because it's right up on my face and I can see. And I am inside now. So much suffering, but now I have it inside the hole. Well, we finished Marisa's engine maintenance. She's almost ready for the session. It's important to remind you that this video is for entertainment purpose only. I don't intend to show you a step-by-step guide, because I'm sure I'm doing things wrong. But I do the best I can. There are many videos out there with professionals that you can follow if what you need is a step-by-step guide. This video is above all for your entertainment, and so you can see that, well, if I can do it, you can do it too. And without undervaluing professionals, I often hire professionals because I don't have the time, or the tools, or the knowledge, or simply because I prefer them to do it. So sometimes it's worth it. Professionals are highly sought after here, and there are many of them. We're a bit isolated, so it's important to know how to handle yourself. In any case, if you hire a professional, I recommend you to stay with them, look after their work, ask questions, learn. Because the problem is, when you are there 30, 40, 50 miles out to sea, or even in a remote anchorage, for example, one of these islands in the Hebrides, for example, and you have a problem, the professional won't be able to come. Even if you want to pay for it, they won't be able to come. So it's important to be able to handle yourself, knowing how to solve the problems. I've been lucky so far, and every problem I've had, because you're going to have problems, I've been able to solve it myself. That's why I think it's important to perform the maintenance, to get to know your engine and your boat. The boat we had before, a Megera, was an MG335. I knew it perfectly, knew all the details, and I had it all figured out. I'm still learning this one. There are still some cables and some tubes that I don't know where they go, but little by little, I'm getting to know it. And that's what it's all about, getting to know your boat and being able to solve problems when you are out at sea. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I humbly say that I'm not trying to lecture anyone. On the contrary, I look forward to your comments on the things you see me doing wrong, and I'll try to correct them. See you soon. Amigos!